What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Marlins Catch podcast. I am your host, of course, Nick Simoncini, back here again, a.k.a. Marlins_news here. Today, only going to be a 30-minute episode today, as we will be discussing this week for the Fish here. But yeah, a great week for the Fish, especially that 16-win game against the Brewers, that 11-run inning. Let's talk a little bit more about that as we go through the week here. But yeah, so let's talk about the week in advance for last week. So, of course, I will be reading the teams the Marlins have been playing for the past week, and I will be breaking them down on here as we go on the podcast. So, first of all, we were off on Monday, so Tuesday we started up our series against the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. It's supposed to be a really tough series as the Brewers are on top of the division there, competing with the Cardinals, and just a big series for us to win there, and the Marlins came out well in that series. So let's talk about it. On Tuesday, the Marlins won 16-0. That was a huge win there from the Marlins. 11-run inning in the fifth and 19 hits in that game, which was absolutely remarkable. A great job from the Marlins. And then on Wednesday, 8-3, they beat the Brewers. Thursday, 5-1, they did lose. Friday, they did lose as well, 7-1 to the Braves. It's a new series now. And then Saturday, they lost to the Braves 1-0. And then yesterday, they lost 7-6 to the Braves. So they got swept by the Atlanta Braves. There, that's when we started to struggle there a little bit. So we really need to get back on track as far as that is concerned. But yeah, let's just talk a little bit more about that week behind us. We will be talking about the player of the week that week, and I'm going to have to go with Pablo Lopez for the pitcher. Lopez started 2 games that week, on the 4th and on the 9th. On the 4th, he did great, only letting up 3 hits, 0 earned runs, and 6 innings pitched. And then on the 9th, going 4 hits with 6 innings pitched as well, only letting up 1 run. Pablo Lopez has really been a game changer for the Marlins and really brought that ERA much farther down, sitting at a current 4.26. Before, it was definitely higher. Before, it was, let's think about this, April 16th, it was at 5.85, bringing it down a lot of numbers. Is a great job by Pablo. Really great adjustments that he made. So a big day from Pablo Lopez there. And this week, definitely that award has to go to him with that fantastic performance against the Brewers and the Braves. For my hitting of the week, I am going to have to go with Austin Dean, bringing that average up to 219. In his last 7 games, Austin Dean is batting .333 right now. He has 6 hits in his last 18 at-bats. Austin Dean is tearing it up for the Marlins and is leading off tonight as the Marlins are beginning their series against the St. Louis Cardinals here, as I will be reading the lineup to you guys tonight before the game starts. So Austin Dean really been tearing it up, and he deserves to get that lineup spot tonight. So looking for a big day from Austin Dean again tonight, and hopefully the Marlins come out with a win, and the Fish can get it done tonight in front of the home crowd tonight. All right. So yeah, let's read the lineup here. But before I do that, I do want to put out my condolences for David Ortiz and his family. I know he is recovering well, but I'm sending my prayers out to David Ortiz after that incident that happened in the Dominican Republic, him being shot and wounded. So hopefully he is okay, and David Ortiz can come back stronger, and we'll see him back again on MLB Network. Really looking forward to seeing him back. I know he's a strong guy, and hopefully he does. Hopefully he rehabs well. All right, so let's talk about the week ahead of us here. First, I will read the lineup tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals, who are currently warming up, starting in about 5 minutes. Leading off and playing left field will be Austin Dean. Batting second, playing first base, will be Garrett Cooper. Batting third, playing third base, will be Brian Anderson. Batting fourth, playing second base, will be Starlin Castro. Batting fifth and playing right field, Harold Ramirez. Batting sixth and playing center field, JT Riddle. Batting seventh and playing catcher, Jorge Alfaro. And batting eighth, shortstop, Miguel Rojas. And then, of course, ninth is the pitching side, Alcantara. So, yeah, that is the lineup tonight for the Miami Marlins. And the schedule ahead looks like this. Cardinals tonight at 7. Tomorrow, Cardinals at 7. Wednesday, Cardinals at 7. So, 3-game, 7 o'clock series down here in Miami. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates come to town for a little bit, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday's game at 7, Saturday's game at 6, Sunday's game at 1. So that is the upcoming schedule for the Marlins, and then they hit a big road schedule ahead of us. So a big road stand coming up. So hopefully we can get it done at home before we have to go on that big road trip ahead of us, and we can get it going. And the probable tomorrow is going to be Elijah Hernandez. Wednesday will be Jose Urena. And then Thursday we are off, and Friday the Pittsburgh series starts. So we hope to get these wins going on here as we get ready to head into the game tonight, especially the home series tonight here. But yeah, so I do want to, before we get into this, I want to go back to the David Ortiz thing. I do want to have a little bit of moment of silence here on the podcast so that we can just pray for him all together on here, and I just want to have a moment of silence. Okay, guys, we are back. Sorry for some technical difficulties there. Trying to get back on here. But, yeah, let's just give that for David Ortiz and his family. I know he wasn't a Marlin, of course, but it's always good to, of course, send our prayers to him and the family. Okay, so the Marlins starting here very, very quickly. Cannot wait for them to start tonight as they will be taking on the rough St. Louis Cardinals. Let's kind of break down what the Cardinals bring to the table here and what kind of team they are. So, yeah, let's break it down. Of course, they got great hitters like Matt Carpenter, all those kind of guys there. So we really need to get in front early. And we really need to get the bats. And I will be reading some of the stats here, as I will also be reading the Cardinals lineup that we will be going against tonight, as Matt Carpenter leads off for them, playing third base. Jose Martinez, Paul Goldschmidt, Marcell Ozuna returning to Miami, Colton Wong, Harrison Bader will be there. So Colton Wong, of course, playing second base. Then you got Carlos Munoz playing shortstop, Harrison Bader, and Matt Wieters, and of course Michael Wacha. So that is what they are looking at today. A big series today for the Marlins, as Jose Martinez has been tearing it up, and so is Munoz, and Michael Wacha could be a tough pitcher to go against. I know his ERA is bloated this year, but still is a tough pitcher, as we all know. So it will be tough to get ahead of him tonight, but the Marlins will find a way, and they will get it done tonight. Okay, so let's also talk about the topic here that I was facing you guys all with today. And the topic, should the Marlins tank? And now, it's really, like, when you think about tank, you really think about losing games intentionally for a good pick. Normally, I would not want the Marlins to do that, and I don't. Not any means. I want them to go out there and win as many games as they possibly can. I don't want them to cheat their way into getting, wins and all that. And I just don't think it's that fair. So, no, I do not think the Marlins should tank. I think that their team right now, of course, is still in last place, but when they're playing good, it's always a good treat for the fans. And no, the Marlins should not tank, in my opinion. I think that right now the Marlins are in a position right now where they're not going to win too many games. They're going to be a very, not mediocre, but a little less than mediocre right now. They're not in any situation right now to win. So I do believe, though, that, we don't necessarily have the fans behind us here for the Marlins, but, it's going to be a process, and people really do need to understand that it's going to be a process tonight and for the rest of the games going up. And, we just have to have 100% faith in them, in Derek Jeter and company and the organization to do good. And I do think that the Marlins will potentially reach that sky limit. So let's talk about some of the players that the Marlins already signed from the MLB Draft, which occurred last Monday night, which we did live here right on the Marlins Catch podcast. let's talk about some players that the Marlins did add to the team, and they currently signed. Of course, they did not sign J.J. Bleday yet. Still waiting for him right now to get that deal done. Dealing with some games over there. So, yeah, let's one preferable name that everybody likes to talk about is, it's hard to pronounce his name, but Nunez, who they recently just got him locked up. Really happy about that move. And the first and second round picks have not been, J.J. Bleday has not been locked up yet, but expect him to sign very, very soon. So, yeah, it's nothing nerve-wracking. There's a reason he didn't sign it because he's still playing for school. So, but Nasim Nunez got his first lesson from Derek Jeter today as well, which is very, very cool to see. And he was also taking BP today, and the 18-year-old shortstop, with Derek Jeter watching him in BP, how nervous do you think he could be, you know? Fielding the ball today, Nasim Nunez, the guy who signed, third-round pick, just young kid out there, 18 years old, doing the best he can. He's hanging out with Curtis Granderson, all that today, taking BP. He looked good. Signed his contract today. So that is one standout player that the Marlins have signed from their draft. Still waiting on J.J. Bleday, of course, to get that done there. And the number one overall pick, of course, there. And, again, so he's still finishing school, but he did have a hit in his regional game. So they look good there, and hopefully the Marlins can have these picks work out for us 100%. Okay. All right. So it is currently 7:12 here as the Marlins game is officially underway here. Talk about more things here on the show. Let's go back to that 16-run game for the Miami Marlins and how they did and what they did. In the 16-run game, you saw the Marlins come out as a team in play. Had 19 total hits, was absolutely remarkable there, and I've never seen anything like it from that team. Especially being on the road in Milwaukee, going against, of course, Christian Yelich. There, the former Marlin there, definitely must have been so hard. They got it done. I'm super, super proud of them. And I know that game was back then. And then they won the game after that, 8-3 as well. So they were playing very good baseball. Really, really just very, very impressed on how they were playing. And I definitely look to see more of that from the Marlins. And and then of course going back to the series against the Braves, we looked hard. Our bats weren't going, and it's just, and we were home as well, so it's really confusing. I'm really trying to figure out what the plan is there what the plan is, because it's really confusing there, and I want to get better, and I want the Marlins to always play like that. And a nice double play just been turned here for the Marlins right now, and Sandy Alcantara got him to ground out into a double play, a beautiful play right then and there. Miguel Rojas turning it, great job there, and so great play there, nearly just got him. So nice play there by Sandy Alcantara, and hopefully Sandy Alcantara has a really good day today. Pitching, I always have his back. When he throws, I think he's a tremendous pitcher. Always going to have his back, always will. So hopefully he can get it done tonight as Paul Goldschmidt steps into the bag. If you guys are watching, I'm watching with you guys. I'm currently live right now on the Marlins Catch podcast here. But also, guys, next week I will be putting in questions from the podcast, and you guys can ask them from my story, and I will be answering them right here live on the Marlins Catch podcast. Next time, again, I did forget, guys, and I will be putting it on here next time. I am sorry about that. So I will enter them on here the next time we go live here on the Marlins Catch. So, guys, be ready for that, as we will be doing that here as part of the organization. But so Paul Goldschmidt steps into the bat. Right now, Paul Goldschmidt traded over to St. Louis from the Diamondbacks. Nice move for that franchise there. Of course, I wanted to beat him up today, but we shall see. Marlins still waiting. Alcantara on the mound here, and I really think Alcantara is one of our future guys here in the organization. I think he can really